Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Chaos and Stun deck profile. This is a super cool build. It's essentially a fairy stun deck, but I wanted to implement one particular engine in here that I have been trying to get to work for a while now. And so, yeah, this is kind of what I ended up with. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you have any suggestions, and like, comment, all that good stuff, and let's get started. So we have the One Gore's Emissary of Darkness. That's an obvious one, just a overall basic card that you pretty much want in almost any deck. So we are running two Oracle of the Sun. So this is essentially a substitute for Cyber Dragon that also happens to do that happens to work alongside the Chaos End Warrior. So yeah, you can special him out either from the deck, or you can special him out like Cyber Dragon. He's level 5 as well. Not as a what would you say? Not as a aggressive as a card. Only 1,000 attack. You're probably going to be summoning him just to synchro or whatever. But yeah, pretty cool card. All right, moving on, we have two Thunder King Ryos. So a big part of this deck is floodgates. So I'm running two Thunder King Ryos and double Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. So these are your main normal summons. There's a couple more. These are your main. Obviously, Thunder King Ryo is amazing in the format. Unfortunately, he's decently easy to out, so we do have ways of protecting him. Kaiku is just, everybody's talking about how great this card is in the format. Yeah, just solid effects as well as stat lines. So, and I'll show you guys why or how we're able to take advantage of the 1800, the 1900 as we move along. So I am running a little bit of a fairy engine here. I'll go ahead and show you everything. I am running triple Shining Angel. I'm running one D-Elk, one DD Warrior Lady, the obvious double Honest, and before I get to everything else, let me talk about this. So yeah, triple Shining Angel. You can search out pretty much anything you see here. Just the one D-Elk. We're not doing a whole bunch of banish shenanigans, so just the one. Same with the DD Warrior Lady. I think the one is fine. I don't want to brick on them too much. This is mainly just to get these two through Shining Angel. You don't want to use up your normal summon, and then Honest, obviously, because we have a ton of lights. So the other main floodgate / normal summon is Banisher of the Radiance. This is an amazing card if he's able to stick around. Yeah, people just don't. I'm predicting that the format is going to slowly shift into really taking advantage of banishing cards, because that shuts down so many meta decks. Now, 1600 is not a huge stat line, but again, we do have some ways of combating that lower attack value. So I'll show you guys that as we go along. So now the deck's namesake, two Chaos Endmasters. This is a pretty cool card. Works just like Flamvel Fire Dog. So you can probably imagine that it is not a very good card. I love Flamvel Fire Dog, but he's just not. He's just difficult to work with. He's great effect, but there's not much support for it. This card has a little bit more support going for it. It's a light, so you can use it with Honest. It's searchable, so 1500 if I wanted Sangan. I don't run Sangan, but he can be searched from Sangan. You can search him from Shining Angel, so he's really easy to get out. A warrior, so if you wanted to run Reinforcement of the Army, again, I don't run that, but just he has a lot more support than Fire Dog does, and he essentially does the same thing. Destroy a monster, and he specials out to level 5, so you can go into level 8s. So very cool card. Love the original secret rares. Actually, I think this is the only printing of him. It'd be really nice if he got a reprint, because he's just a very cool card. Alrighty, and wrapping up the monster lineup, Triple Herald of Orange Light. This is basically a standard in any kind of fairy deck, especially there is a fairy stun deck out there that kind of does the same thing as this, minus the Chaos End Master, obviously. So this is a huge way of how we protect our our monsters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fairies that we can pitch alongside Orange Light, and so we have plenty of options to use alongside of it. It being a tuner as well, Chaos End Master is a tuner, so even if we're not able to stick his effect, he's a tuner. We can normal summon him out. Sometimes you'll open with both of them, so you can just special out Oracle of the Sun, normal summon Chaos End Master, and then straight synchro that way. Special summon him, normal summon Orange Light, go into Black Rose, blow up the field. So you have quite a few different options there, but the primary usage is obviously its main effect as a hand trap. All right, moving on to spells. So pretty standard. 1 Brain Control, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Mind Control, as well as Brain Control here. Oh wait, I just put it down. So that we have a few different tuners, so that's why we run both of those. I am running the 1 Smashing Ground. As you saw, we don't really go too much into synchro summoning, nor do we have any tribute summon monsters like Caius or anything. And so this is just a method of getting over problematic monsters or annoying monsters. Same with Book of Moon, just to kind of out problematic monsters, protect our field, or protect our monsters. We can use it defensively or aggressively. The 1 MST, of course, and this is my little cute tech in this deck, 2 Burden of the Mighty. So this kind of acts like another floodgate that just kind of prevents your opponent from utilizing their lower level monsters effectively. So your Alias, your Stratos, your Blackwings, all your Blackwings, this kind of nullifies a lot of them unless they can get multiple out, like special out different Blackwings and whatnot. So this also affects what's it called? A Whirlwind. That kind of limits the amount of stuff they can do, search. So this is just a really, really cool card. And if they do manage to get out bigger monsters, this also is able to work really well with Thunder King Ryo and Kaiku, mainly Ryo. That 1900 attack is amazing. They summon out something like a Stardust. Ryo's able to run over that. Caius. This is able to knock down its attack value to where my 1800, 1900, and sometimes even my 1600 Banisher are able to run over it if I have Burden on the field. And then we have 2 just so we can see it, but we obviously don't want to brick on it. All right, and those are the spells. So finally for the traps, I'm running double Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Compulse, 1 Dimensional Prison, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Starlight Road, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Solemn Judgment. Let me straighten this out. So a lot of 1-ofs. I really actually like the concept of running a lot of 1-ofs when it comes to traps. It really throws off the opponent. So for example, if I was just running 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, they're going to expect a second one. So when you play around that, you can really throw your opponent off guard. But obviously I'm running 2. And then finally, double Royal Oppression in the main. We're not doing a whole lot of special summoning. As you saw, the main strategy was to get out Burden or just get out one of my other support cards like Honest and Book of Moon to help out my big normal summons, and to effectively run over the opponent's smaller monsters. And if they do manage to get out bigger ones, we have Royal Oppression. We have 2 of them, as well as the Starlight Road to protect the back row and whatnot, as well as the Burden of the Mighty, because these are going to stick around. So generally speaking, they don't. I was going to say they're not going to expect a main deck Royal Oppression, and that's because the majority of decks outside of Vayu aren't able to main Royal Oppression. If they do, it's usually just 1-of. So even if they out the first one, you have a second one, and this is just a broken card in this format. If a deck is able to play it, it's going to be meta. Hence why Vayu has been, a meta contender for over a year now. It's slowly starting to change. It seems like frogs and pure Blackwings are starting to give competition, but yeah. All right. Sorry if you hear my dog running around, going up and down the stairs. All right. So let's go ahead and do this extra deck real quick. Pretty simple stuff. One ally just Cataster, one Flamvel Uroquizas, Bryonic, Goyo. I'm running the Flamvel guy, just because we do have the Herald of Orange Light. So we're sometimes when we do use him as a tuner, it's going to primarily be with level 4 monsters. So just an additional level 6. Wanting to run one Arcanite Magician because we have the Kaiku, one Ancient Fairy Dragon, one X-Saber Urbellum, one Black Rose Dragon. I actually forgot to swap this out. But I do have the one Blackwing Armor Master. I can probably swap it out for something, an Armory Arm or something, just in case. But we do have one. I did have the Gale in the main, and then I switched it over to the side. But yeah, that's there just in case, I guess. Double Stardust Dragon. We are running the one Starlight Road, so we have the backup one. One Avenging Knight Parshoth. I basically just put him in over Red Dragon Archfiend just because it's a super cool card. Basically, that's all. Thought Ruler Archfiend, and the one Colossal Fighter, as well as the one Chimera Tech. So pretty standard extra deck, nothing crazy there. And then finally for the side is currently a work in progress, and obviously your side is going to change depending on your scene. But my side is essentially to turn the Chaos End stun deck into more of a Chaos focus build. So right now this deck is super prone. One of the main concerns is going to be deck devastation virus. Over half these monsters get screwed over by deck devastation virus, and so we also want to, as well as supplementing or as well as accounting for that, we might as well go ahead and add the dark count up and then tech a chaos sorcerer in there. So I'm running 2 chaos, the Shadow Monarch, the 1 chaos sorcerer, just 1 cyber dragon, double breaker. Again, this is to offset the all these cards are going to dodge deck devastation virus. 1 Gale, just for the additional tuner, because we probably are going to often side out the Chaos Endmaster. So this just gives us another level 3. Works well sometimes against the Blackwing matchup. You can mind control, brain control, one of their Blackwing monsters, and then special him out and do shenanigans like that. And then also he just has a solid effect. And then double DD Crow for the monster lineup. DD Crow is obviously just pretty much a staple in every side deck now. Spells, I'm just running the 1 Lightning Vortex. This is just to out, problematic boards that, like to special summon like crazy. And my trap lineup is a little weird, but I'm experimenting with it, and I kind of like it. So as I said in the beginning, I think that banishing cards is going to be a huge component of countering the current meta, and so I am running double Macro Cosmos. This is essentially another banisher. I'm running this over Dimensional Prison just for the commitment factor. You can set this, and your opponent commits to their plays, and you're able to fire it off at a crucial time after they waste resources thinking that they were safe, and they banish whatever. For example, I can't think of it on the top of my head, but you get the idea. It's really powerful. Yeah, and then again, we're going to be siding out a lot of our stuffs that requires things to go to the grave. So, for example, Honest, you gotta send to the grave. Dialk needs to go to the grave. Shining Angel needs to go to the grave. Herald needs to go to the grave. So you're mainly only going to be taking. You're only mainly going to be siding this in if it's going to be really crucial, and you side out a lot of those things. Now, obviously, even though this does kind of conflict with a lot of the things that we are running inside the main, it's not like you're going to be seeing every these at the same time. You're usually going to be able to fire this off or fire those other plays off, and then build up the resources, screwing over your opponent from playing the game, essentially. And then when they do out it, then you're able to kind of restart the game as well with your normal strategies. But like I said, mostly you're going to be siding this only when you side out a lot of those other cards. So the other card that I'm testing out is Divine Wrath. This is essentially a trap version of Herald. Again, when we side out a lot of those things, we still have ways of basically this is Herald, a Herald that's a trap, so that's cool. And then finally, I'm trying out 2 trap stuns as opposed to Dust Tornadoes. So this is going to help out our Chaos Endmaster a little bit, as well as our our other bodies that want to stay on the field, because we're going to be using them aggressively. We're going to be attacking with Ryo and whatnot, and so I think having the trap stun over the dust shoot is might be a little better. Anyway, that's going to be it for the profile, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this is still this deck is still a work in progress, but I really think that I have something cool here. It's definitely never going to be tier 1 or anything, but it's definitely a deck that can throw off your opponents if they're not if you play well, and if they can't adjust, then yeah, I think it can do well. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.